Guys, I'm back. All right, guys. I hope everybody comes in. My phone on the charger this time. Hopefully, I'm not gonna have any difficulties. I hope that works. How's everybody doing? I don't like how lighting is there. Trying to find a place. How are you guys doing this Saturday? I'm just waiting for people to come in so we can talk about the subject. My notes here. I'm prepared. I'm prepared this time, guys. I'm usually not prepared, but today I'm prepared. I need to get a camera stand or something. Maybe I'll go outside. Let's see. What is everything? I may be able to go outside and talk. I'll wait for another minute, and if nobody comes in, I'm going to start. Just washed my hair like 5 to 10 minutes ago. Try to lay down my baby hairs. Well, I waited 2 minutes. So, well, my subject today on this Saturday, I'm going to be talking about toxic people. Now, everybody knows, a toxic person or having people in your life that's toxic or a toxic personality is not good. But we're just going to talk about some of the things in a non-judgmental zone way. I'm not judging anybody. Everybody has been through different situations and different problems. What matters is that you get the information and then you grow from it and make better choices. So, the first thing is, what is a toxic person? I'm just going to define that. A toxic relationship is characterized by behaviors on the part of a toxic person um, that is emotionally and not infrequently physically damaging to their other partner. So, in other words, being in a relationship, being around this person really is poisonous, and just like poison, um, eventually it's going to kill you. And it's going to kill you in different ways. And we're going to get into that and we're going to talk about it. So, what are some of the characteristics of toxic people? Well, one characteristic of a toxic person is that they're volatile, you know. And another one is that they make jokes that aren't really a joke. It's like they make a joke and then it's really a stab at you, to put you down or to make you feel less than what you are. A toxic person also, you feel like when you're around them, you have to ask them permission in order to just be yourself. Like you can't make any decisions without them. That is a toxic person. But a person may wonder, why would you tolerate a toxic person in your life? Um, well, one of the main reasons is most people don't want to be by themselves. Nobody wants to be alone. Being alone is not fun. It's very lonely. Everybody wants someone to be around to make them feel good about themselves. But the point is that when you're with a toxic person, you may be in a relationship with someone, but it's not healthy. And we're going to talk about some of those things. One of the first things about being in a toxic relationship is that you feel like you're constantly judged. Um, and that's really hard. And that's really hard to talk about. This is a really hard and difficult subject because when a judgmental person, it's when you're in that relationship, you're in a one-sided relationship. You don't feel like you can just be yourself. The relationship basically is all about them. Um, you're not being fulfilled in any type of way, and that's really dangerous. You always feel a criticism, and the whole intent, the sole intent, is to belittle you instead of uplifting. And that's another dangerous thing. And another sign of a toxic person is that you constantly feel drained when you're around them. I know that. Hey, 23 Casey, how are you? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. How are you today? I was just talking about the subject about toxic people. So when you feel like you're in a toxic relationship, you constantly feel drained. You're constantly tired. You're always physically, mentally, and emotionally drained. And if this is how you feel when you're around certain people, then you may need to reevaluate if this is the right type of relationship for you. Because just because you're in a relationship with somebody, it doesn't mean it's good. Um, that's part of being mature. Hi to the one person in the room. Welcome. That doesn't mean that it's a good relationship. We all have to choose to reevaluate our situation and decide whether something is good for us or not. And that's healthy and it's safe. And you can always feel comfortable when you have good friends, a good support system, a good amount of people who will be there for you and help you through the situation. Also, when you're in a toxic relationship with someone, there is a lack of communication. A lack of communication. So, a relationship means it's two-sided. So, if you're having good communication skills with someone, that means you're not in a relationship. A relationship is not just text messages. In this age of social media, it people think that a relationship is just text messages or being on Instagram, somebody liking your pictures. That doesn't make a relationship. A relationship is communicating back and forth, respecting each other, and supporting one another. Another sign of a toxic person or relationship is that there's always drama. Every time you're around this person, you always feel, situations happen where you get upset with this person. There's always a fight. You find yourself crying for no reason. You find yourself feeling down. That's when you know that the relationship is toxic. And a good relationship will always cause your life to be calm and for you to have peace of mind. That's really an important part of a healthy relationship is to be able to feel comfortable and safe when you're around that person. And I've been through it. I've been through a toxic relationship. I don't know about everybody here. I hope anybody who's watching this video that they can start to. Hi, one queen, seven kings. How are you? Hi. Hi, Drama Club. Welcome. I was just about 10 minutes into talking to this the subject about toxic people. Um, I hope you guys can rewatch the other things that I was talking about. But happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. You guys join each other, get each other. So, like I was saying, a toxic person is very dramatic. Anytime you're around that person, you're always going to be, have drama. There's always going to be a fight. They're always going to blame you. You're the reason for the problem. They never look inward to themselves to say that, they personally could be the problem. That's a really big sign of a toxic person. A really toxic person, they always want to blame others. They never want to accept any responsibility in the situation. And that's very dangerous. Everybody is imperfect. Everybody makes bad decisions, but you don't have to accept someone treating you any less than you deserve. Every individual here on the planet deserves to have a nice, healthy relationship. Somebody that helps you to smile every day. Someone that encourages you that whatever you're going through, that you matter and that you're important and that you're special and that there's going to be good things to happen to you. If you have people in your life that every time that you're around them, I just have to sigh and pause for that. If every time you're around them, you have to, you crying, or they say something to anger you, or they're always putting you down, or they have to say something to make you feel like you're less than what you are. You need to reevaluate if this is really healthy. Hold on a second, guys. Right, drama club, button pushers. I call them like, trigger people. It's always like, playing Russian roulette with certain people who are toxic. You never know if something that they do is going to trigger them and then go off, shots fired. Really dangerous. Because that was one of my points. Yeah, when you're around certain people who are toxic and dangerous in that way, you always feel like you're walking on eggshells. I don't I don't like feeling like I'm walking on eggshells. You want to be around someone who's going to be very supportive of you. They're going to make you feel comfortable being around them. Anybody who makes you feel like it's not safe, you don't feel safe to be around them. You need to reevaluate the situation. And I pray, heaven forbid, that those who are in toxic relationships, that they're not bringing children into this. So now children are seeing this and they're seeing that maybe this is the way relationships are supposed to be. Drama club, you say you run. Yeah. Um, Unfortunately, some people, including me being one of them, when I was in a relationship, I didn't have any support. I didn't have people encouraging me that I could get out of this bad situation. Sometimes a person who is a toxic person, they prey on people who are weak. They're weak in their mind, weak in their spirit. They're not strong spiritually. You don't have the patience. I know. But this is an important topic. It's something that I really wanted to cover here on my channel. Hey, Shook Delights, how are you doing? Everybody, welcome, Shook Delights. She has an awesome channel, as does Drama Club, and as does, I just saw One Queen, Seven Kings. Yeah, Shook Delights, we were just talking about the subject of toxic people. So I was just sharing my personal story. For me personally, when I was involved. Yeah, thanks for catching me live, Shook Delights. When I was in this relationship with this toxic person, I just have to take a moment. I just was feeling really bad about myself. I was in a good headspace. Hi, Beauty Villa, how are you? Or Via? I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. Welcome to the live. When I was in this bad, drama filled, toxic relationship, I felt like it was the best that I could do at that time. Because if you're not in a space in your life where you feel good about yourself, you know who you are, you know what you want, um, you just feel like you have to accept it. You feel like this is the best that I can do. And when you're with a toxic person, they will tell you, you can't do better than me. I'm all that there is. Um, and then they'll put you down and say, you're not good looking enough. You're not smart enough. Um, you're not educated enough. You don't have enough looks. Nobody would ever want you besides me. And that should be one of the red flags that you notice in a relationship. To notice, like, this person, they always put me down. Um, they never do anything to encourage me. If you have a relationship like that and it's one sided, I would suggest you take a second look. Maybe talk to someone you can trust, a trusted friend, family member, or even going by to see right drama club. Sometimes it can be your own family. In my situation, mine was a romantic relationship, but you can have toxic relationships in every area of your life. It can be toxic relationships on the job. It can be toxic relationships romantically. It can be toxic relationships with your brothers, sisters, uncles, cousins. Um, and sometimes those toxic relationships can be people who you think are your friends, but they're really not. So you have to open up your eyes. That's why I did this video, because this was about, I would say, 10 to 15 years ago. Yeah, family. Whew, it's a subject that nobody really wants to talk about. People want to put on blinders and pretend like they have such a good relationship with their family, that everybody gets along, right? Frenemies. Sometimes the people who should be the closest to you are the most toxic to you. They always put you down. They never make you feel good about yourself. I had an example of a toxic person in my life. Everything that I did when I would try something new, they always put me down. This was a family member when I went natural. You guys see my hair is natural. And this year was that, like 2000. I just was tired of the relaxers and I cut off my hair. And the first thing that this person said to me was, "Oh my God, you look so ugly." You know, and at the time, I wasn't a strong enough woman to be able to handle that in a good way. I took that internally and started saying, maybe I don't look good. Maybe this wasn't a good idea. Um, and I think that's one of the things that a toxic person. Oh, when you went natural, you went through it. Yeah. Um, I'm not saying that it just has to do with hair, but within the Black community, there's not really a lot of support when it comes to encouraging one another towards their goals or the things that they want to do. It's more like a one-sided type of relationships. It makes you stronger, good, as long as there's a positive benefit. But in my case at the time, it took me 2 or 3 times going natural before I decided this is what I really want. And when I felt strong enough as a woman to accept it, to look in the mirror and see the beauty that there's nobody like me. I think every woman, I hope for every woman and every man that they get to a space in their life where they can look in the mirror, smile at themselves, and feel good about themselves, and walk with their. Hi, Lala. You were in one for 2 years, for 4 years. Wow, Lala, how did you cope with that? 4 years is a long time. When I was in my toxic relationship, it was, there's no words. There's no words. Everybody, welcome Lala to the live stream. When I was in that toxic relationship, one of the things that usually that when you're in a toxic relationship, they kind of isolate you from everybody, kind of turn you against everyone. And it's not good. That's one of the big red flags. If you guys ever have any relationships, it doesn't matter who it is, family, romantic, they kind of, the first 2 years were okay. The last 2 years sucked because it was long distance. Yeah, mine as well. Mine was a long distance relationship. Um, but if you are in the situation where you feel that, it's not good and you don't know what to do, the first thing I would suggest is to talk to someone. Oh, he was in Belgium. Wow. And where are you, Lala? You're in the United States, right? Wow. He was in Belgium the whole 4 years. Wow. In my situation, mine was outside of the United States. Oh, Kentucky. Okay. Um, so you ended the relationship, Lala, or you're still in it? Um, for me personally, the person that I was with, they kind of isolated me from my family, my friends. Um, they made it, they made promises of coming to the US. Yeah, same for me. It was always one sided. And mine was like a financial thing. They wanted me, oh, it ended after you went to Kenya. Okay, okay. Um, but how are you? Are you in a good headspace now, Lala? I know uh, there was lots of drama. You found out a lot of things about him. Oh, well, you know what? I think not that I'm glad that it happened to you, but sometimes when you take off your blinders and when you're around somebody, you can really see how they really are. Don't try to sugarcoat things when people say, "Oh, you made me mad," or "You're the reason why this happened." A person who never accepts any responsibility for when they do wrong, you knew something wasn't right. Yeah. Um, I always say you should trust your intuition. Um, he would blame you. Yeah, that's one of the things. That was one of the signs that I was reading on here earlier, before anybody was in the live, that a person who is toxic, they're very dramatic. It's not really that you're even in a relationship. Everything is about them, how you're ruining their life, that you never do anything right. Oh, I'm glad you're in a good headspace now. I'm really happy for you. It's my hope for everybody. If this, hi, Marge. How are you? Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Marge. Um, Happy Saturday. Thanks for spending your Saturday with me. It took you about 4 months. Wow, it broke you down, Lala. I know. Sometimes people want to put on blinders and they see that a friend, a family member, or the relationship is not good. Yes, Allah, it's important to stay close. Um, Sometimes you could see something is not good with somebody, but you kind of check out. You just say, that's their relationship, and it's unhealthy. Not that you can change the way a person thinks, but I think you should at least try. If you know somebody's in a toxic relationship, warn them, try to do something. Maybe it may awaken them. Maybe they just want somebody to say, I've thought it, but I don't know what to do. I don't know how to get out of it. Um, and also because of embarrassment. Nobody wants to admit that they were in a toxic relationship. Everybody wants to, make it seem all roses, everything's all good all the time, all sunshine and roses. But that's not how life is. Life is full of obstacles, struggles, disappointments. And You just have to do the best that you can, and heaven forbid, I don't wish it for anybody. I hope that nobody ever is ever in a toxic relationship with children involved, and now they have to add, hopefully there's no domestic violence related because people who are toxic are drama filled, and usually have anger issues. You really have to find a way to get out. If this is you, I'm speaking to you because you're not the only one. It taught you to really love yourself, Lala. Well, that's good. Hi, it's Angie. Everybody, welcome. It's Angie. Um, when I was in that relationship, I was so low. Okay, thank you, One Queen, Seven Kings. And thanks for stopping by. Everybody, check out one. I already forgot what they said. Everybody, check out One Queen, Seven Kings. Um, and everybody, check out It's Angie Lifestyle. Um, okay, Marge, I'll see you when you get back. Um, I really was down so low when I was in this toxic relationship. Because one of the things that a person does that's dramatic and toxic is isolate you from others. They want to make you feel completely dependent on them, that nobody else will be able to support you like them. Nobody cares about you. And because you isolated yourself from others, hi, Honeybee Production. How are you? Happy Saturday. Welcome to the live. Everybody, welcome, Honeybee Production. Yeah, so I was so low at this time when I was going through this situation that my hair has started coming out in clumps, because I'm good. I'm good. I just want to talk about this subject because it's not a subject that people really want to talk about. I was so low in every aspect of my life. I had lost, I would say, 20 to 25 pounds. Um, my hair was coming out in clumps. Um, I had all these skin issues. My skin was breaking out all over my face. I think it was from all the stress. Um, so many other things. I like always had stomach issues like IBS, because I just was, oh, that's why you lost 25 pounds. Yeah, it's one of the, this is a subject that, and it never happened to them, even if it is, or it was happening to them, like, they're not real. They want to be fake on a facade, and that's okay. If you want to keep pretending, that's fine. But this is, oh, it was a depression diet. Yeah, I've been there. So I had lost all the weight. My hair was coming out. My face started breaking out. I didn't, when I looked in the mirror one day, I had lost myself so much that when I looked in the mirror, I didn't even know. And that's when I said, yeah, I was like, what is really going on? Like, what are you doing to yourself? No, I'm not in that. I'm not in that relationship anymore when this happened. But yeah, that's why I'm in the place that I who is putting you down, unworthy, making you feel sad. You need to find a way to get out of it. And especially if it's one where you're being physically, you need to find somewhere safe that you can go, um, and get away from them. Sometimes, if you live in the same area with the person, it may be easier said than done because usually they know everywhere you go, they know where your job is. For me, because mine was a long distance relationship, and they were in another country, I was fine to, you know, stay. Lala says she had to, when she looked in the mirror, she said, I said I had to eat. Oh, so that's when you started doing the mukbang. Okay. I'm starting to put two and two together. Okay. Yeah, and this video is not to throw shade at anybody. I'm not talking about anybody. I'm not trying to discourage anybody. I just want you to know that you're not the only one that has gone through this. There's lots of other women and other men who have been through this and have succeeded in getting away from that, because you have to believe that better things are going to come to you. And if you continuously surround yourself by the negativity, how are you going to benefit? How are you going to let positive in your life if all you have around you is negative? Um, but sometimes it's not always a relationship. I want to talk to you guys about if it's family members. What if this that you live with? What if it's your mom, your dad, your uncle, your cousin, your brother, your sister? Are you a child? If you're a child, I suggest that you talk to someone who can help you, a trusted counselor. Sometimes you may need to seek some advice. Drama Club says that's why it's important to have a relationship with yourself. Lala says, after I said I would not date again, I was fine. I was fine with that. A very handsome guy has come along, so we shall see. Well, that's good, Lala. Hi, Amanda's TV show. How are you? Welcome to the Saturday Live. Everybody, welcome, Amanda. Um, you know, it's really hard when you have family members that are toxic. It's easy when you're in a not easy, but easier when you're in a relationship with somebody, because you can distance yourself from a romantic relationship. But when someone is bound to you by blood, it's not as easy. If it could be your mother, your father, your brothers or your sisters. How really do you a lot of your family toxic? I would say maybe time to relocate. Um, Sometimes the best thing that can happen to you, your dad is very toxic, um, and you hate that you don't have a relationship at all. I'm sorry, the chat was moving so fast. You don't have a relationship at all. It makes me sad because you want a relationship with him. Yeah, um, that's where the struggle lies, Amanda. Sometimes you want a relationship with someone even though you know they're toxic. My suggestion is that sometimes you just have to love people from afar, because when they're in your life, they bring you down in every way. They bring you down financially, spiritually, emotionally, mentally, every way. So I know that it's your dad, and it's not easy for you. I'm sure you spent many nights crying or longing for a relationship with them. But um, I hate to say that nobody is worth your unhappiness. There's not one person here on the earth. If they're taking away from you, making you feel that you're less than you are, not giving you the support that you need, that is a one sided relationship, that everything is always about them, that they never find a way to help you to become fulfilled, you need to find a way to distance yourself slowly and then eventually to get out of it, because you're never going to benefit, you're never going to be happy until you get away from that situation. It's not easy. It took me, let me see, May. I want to say, like, I decided in this was a few years ago. I decided like January that it was time for me to get out of this relationship. But Alala says, your mom is in another toxic relationship, or is it with your dad? Um, Honeybee. Um, for me, it wasn't as easy as just saying, oh, it's not a good relationship and I want to get out of the relationship. It was more involved for me than that. I knew I needed to get out of it, but at the time, because my self esteem was set up how it was, that he had made me feel so bad about myself that I just isolated myself from my family. All I did all day was talk to him. Didn't have any time that I spent with other people, so I just gradually started forming a new support group with people who nurtured me. When did I meet my husband? I met my husband in 2010. Yeah, I met my husband in 2010, and we got married in 2012. Um, yeah, so it was just like, I knew I needed to get out of the relationship, and I knew that it wasn't good. But sometimes when you're in these relationships, you just feel like, okay, it's toxic. I know it's toxic. I know it's not good for me. But sometimes you feel like this is the best I can do, or you don't want to try because it's not easy to get out there and find somebody new. No, no, no. I'm not getting out. No, 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 la. I'm not getting out of my relationship. I'm talking about a previous relationship that I had before my marriage. Um, yeah. So I had to find a way to get out. Yeah, well, let's clarify that. I'm not trying to get out of my marriage, but I had to decide that, it's not good. And then I had to take the steps necessary to get out of it. And by that time, I had isolated myself from my family, all my friends. Um, and at the time, I wasn't working. So I was completely dependent upon him for everything. So I felt like, okay, now that I leave him, how am I going to have money? No, he hates YouTube. Any social media at all. So that's why he's never on my channel. So I just respect him for his views. Um, and he's supportive of everything that I do. Just like my husband likes to dance. He's Haitian and he does compa things. So that's not my cup of tea. It's not something that it's my thing, but I try to support him in his endeavors, the things that he wants to do. So, yeah, and that's what it's all about. Um, After I got out of that relationship, I want to say about um, 6 or 7 months, I met my husband. So, and the point about it, when I met my husband, he came into my life, I already had all my defenses up. I didn't want to hear anything he had to say. I thought, okay, now what is this joker going to come and do? You know, when is he going to hurt me? You're just like waiting for the last. But it wasn't that way with him. He always wanted to communicate with me. He always cared about how I felt. So I had to take things slow. You know, everybody's relationships are different. Not everybody comes from a place where they've had toxic relationships, but some of us too. So those are the ones I'm talking to. I'm talking to you, the person who is in a toxic relationship. You can't get out. Um, You can have support. Talk to somebody that you trust, maybe a psychologist. And if it gets to the point where if you're being physically abused, maybe you need to seek some help from the police. Maybe you need to get a restraining order. Maybe you need to completely change your identity and become somebody else, start a new life, move somewhere else. But you need to do whatever you need to do to get out of the dangerous situation that you're in. Yes, you cannot fix anybody. You cannot make somebody care about you. You can't make somebody love you. Yeah. I think that's what when I was in that relationship, I always thought, well, maybe if he can't love me right now, maybe he can love me in another 2 months, another 3 months. But it was always an excuse like, oh, I had a bad day, or I'm tired, or I don't have the money right now, or, my situation is not good, or blah, 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 whatever it is. It was always something. It was never a situation where they were even looking to me to even say, like, how are you doing? One day I had to sit back and think about that, like, okay, when is the last time he asked me, if I'm okay, if I need anything, if I'm all right, if I need anything, how am I doing in every aspect of my life? Am I okay spiritually? Am I okay emotionally? How are things going on my job? Am I able to pay my bills? Um, Sometimes, well, we don't realize, sometimes not even until you're out of it, how scary the relationship really is. And it's really hard. It's really hard. Even now, this has been 8 or 9 years ago. 8 or 9, yeah, about 8 or 9 years ago. And still, when I talk about this toxic relationship, it still kind of chokes me up, makes me feel some kind of way. So that's why I know something that was still resonating with me, resonating in my heart, that I needed to come on here and talk about it, because I know that there's somebody out there that they could be scared for their life because they may be in a domestic violence relationship, or they may be in an unhealthy relationship where somebody's putting them down. Hi, Shaka. Thank you for the thumbs up. Welcome, Shaka, to the live. Um, Sometimes when you're going through all of these things, you need someone to tell you that you're going to be okay. Even though you're not okay right now, you need someone to say, it's okay. I'm fine. How are you? Sometimes you need someone to tell you that it's okay, um, that you're going to make it through this bad relationship, and that everybody is not this way. Everybody is not, toxic and awful and drama filled. So that's why when I had got into a relationship with my husband, I was kind of taken back, like, okay, this is somebody who cares about how I feel. Um, Someone who cares about me, asking me if I'm all right. Yay, Jamaica girl, big up, big up, big up. How are you? I'm so excited to see you in my live. Everybody check out Jamaica girl. She's awesome. She's awesome. She's awesome. Yeah, Jamaica girl, Natalie, I was just talking about a toxic relationship that I was in, and I got out of it. Shaka's going good for a while, and I just had to decide that it was time for me to start living for me. I think when you're in those toxic relationships, you kind of feel that, you know, everything is about them, and you have to decide that I think it's time for me to start living for myself, time for me to start loving myself and achieving my potential, because I believe that I have a high potential. I believe that the best is yet to come. I'm a wonderful child of God. Hey, Mr. Wise, what's up? Mr. Wise is in the house. Welcome, Mr. Wise, to the live. Um, just I'm so happy. Like my heart is really touched. Like it's me to not cry right now. That in such a bad place in your life, be and you feel like you want to die, and then now, thank you, Mr. Wise. Thank you. I think you feel like you're in such a bad space, headspace in your life that you don't even want to exist anymore. That I wanted to talk to everyone who is in those relationships that things can change, life can be better. You can have love in your life, but love from somebody who gives it back. It's not just a take relationship, it's not just one sided. And you deserve it. Everybody out there deserves someone who loves them, completely. And that's going to encourage them towards your goals. And if you're not achieving that in your life, if you're not receiving all the love that you deserve, all the encouragement, um, all the support that you deserve, you need to get out. Find a way to get out. Um, because if you don't have those kinds of friends in your life that um, are going to help you towards that, because I've had girlfriends that tell me, oh girl, don't complain, you got a man, you need to stay with him, he's a good man, he has a good job. And I'm here to tell you that a good relationship is not one that involves money only. If someone doesn't fulfill your heart and your mind and your spirit, that doesn't keep a smile on your face all day long, you need to get out of that relationship and get out really soon. Like, get out now. I wish I had a girlfriend, someone that would take me by the hand and say, it's okay. I'm here to do it. You can get out. And that there's going to be something good that happens. That maybe in 3 months, 6 smiling, you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. You're going to have a good relationship because you have to get out of a bad relationship to be able to have a good one. So that's my 2 cents on my situation. Um, but it's not as easy as it seems. It's really difficult to get out of the situation. Mr. Wise says exactly what I was telling people. Yeah, yes, I'm glad you're able to say this. Yeah, it's not easy, you know, when you're going through the situation and when you feel like you're rock bottom, your life is falling apart, you're isolated from people, you're so sad, you're depressed. You may be either losing weight or gaining weight. You're not feeling good about yourself. Most of the time, these toxic people can make you feel like you're the ugliest person on the face of the earth when it is completely wrong, because if you weren't a wonderful person or a good looking person, they would not want to be with you, because nobody wants to be in a relationship with dog face, okay? Nobody wants to be in a relationship with dog face. So you have to have something, some beauty within yourself that attracted you. Yes, depression is very real, very, very real. And I think that people will use that against you, use that your low self esteem. They'll use whatever, whatever that they can use, whatever issues that you have. Really? Do you guys hear that? Okay, please. I hear you. Um, They'll use whatever they can to be able to hold you so that you can stick around, so that they can use you. Because when it all boils down to it, a toxic relationship is dangerous. What's so funny, Mr. Wise? What is so funny? I would like to know. I want to laugh. I want to know. Let me know what's funny. I want to laugh. But I want to encourage everybody who's in here, whether they are, oh, you're laughing because they are loud. Yeah, I thought I was the only one. I was like, what is going on? Who is the popo coming for? No, they ain't coming for me. So it don't matter. But hi, Deshaun on the track. Welcome, everybody. Welcome, Deshaun on the track. You guys join each other. I know you guys are a great community. I have great people here on my channel that are very supportive. And I want to thank each and every one of you. I want to do some shout outs. I wrote down some people that I want you guys. What they do is call me. What did you say, Lala? That went fast. What is going on? They call you old because you date younger guys, not on purpose. People just think I'm young. Yeah. Well, my thing is that I've always been a very shy, reserved person. I always have been, always will be, and there's nothing wrong with that. I am a person that I would prefer to be by myself than to be in a big crowd of people. I'd rather have a small group of true people than have a large group full of negativity and people who show off. One of my biggest pet peeves is something that I really hate is people who love to show off and what they are. If you're not doing good financially, spiritually, wherever you are in your life. Lala, you say you look better than someone 10 years younger. I feel you, girl. I get that all the time. I think people try me a lot because they think I'm some maybe 18-year-old or 20-year-old, but that is not the case. She is fully grown. She is fully grown, okay? And if they come for me, I'm going to check them. Yeah, and good. I'm glad you take care of yourself, Lala. That's one of the things that I like about having a positive support group full of strong men and women is that you can encourage each other because there's going to be times where you're going to be having some great days and you're going to feel like you're on top of the world. I'm doing great. My career is good. My kids are good. All that stuff. Me? How old do you think I am, Lala? How old do you think I am? You can feel like you're on top of the world, and then you can have times where you feel like you're deadlocked in your career, like you've hit a wall. 32, 22. Okay, okay. I'll never tell though. So you guys are going to have to keep guessing. I'll never tell my age. A lady never tells her age, like my mom always said. Um, but just know I am over 21 and we'll keep it like Mr. Rice says boo. You're saying you're only saying 32 because you said you look young and you do. Yeah. Just know I am over 21, but I'm not yet a senior citizen. Does that help? I'm not a senior, so yeah. But I just hope everybody is in a good space in your life. If you're not, things can always change. You can always do better and be better. You're 43, no shame. Okay now, Lala. But I'm still not gonna tell Lala. Still not gonna tell. I'm a woman of great pride. Shaki left. I didn't see that. Shaki. Um, I'm a woman of great pride. Definitely, I have my strong Jamaican fiery lioness stubbornness where, yeah, there's certain things that I'm not going to do. I'm very shy and reserved, but at the same time, I know when to stand up for myself and to say no to certain situations. And I think you learn that the older that you get. But, anyways, I wanted to do some shout outs to some people's channel because, hi, Delta 4, welcome. I'm going to do some shout outs to some people who have helped me. I tried to do this earlier. I reached 700, can't say that word, 700 followers. So I just wanted to shout out some of the people who helped me. And the number one person, your channel was removed by YouTube? Delta 4, what happened? Um, I just wanted to thank the people who helped me to be able to have my 700 followers. And I'm going to start with the person who encouraged me to even grow my channel, and that would be Joan Brody. She's wonderful. She does jewelry haul, and she helped me. If you make video comment against Putin, then they remove they will remove it in Russia. Wow. Yeah, you have to YouTube it. This is something here that you have to really be careful what you say because they'll come for you. I'm sorry that that happened to you. Um, I want to shout out Joan Brody. She really helped me because I had a YouTube channel for a really long time and I was not active on it. I kind of was just doing it just for fun, but now I'm kind of doing it more serious. I want to grow my channel. Russia YouTube is very strict. Wow, Delta 4. I'm really sorry that that happened to you. I hope that you're able to grow your channel back again. Don't be discouraged. Don't give up. Try and grow your channel because if you have a good channel, it will come back. So everybody get Delta 4. Like I was saying, I want to give some shout outs to some great people. Joan Brody, JoanBrodie, Joan Brody. And after that, I would say it would be Jamaica Girl. Big up, big up to my Jamaicans. You don't see Delta 4. Yeah, Joan Brody. It's not one word. What is the meaning of toxic relationships? Uh, like a poisonous person, Delta 4. Um, yeah, so after Joan Brody, I want to give a shout out to Jamaica Girl. Big up, big up, big up, big up to me, yaddy them. Um, then after her would be BNO Outdoors. Um, BNO Outdoors was so good. If you join him, he will really help your channel to grow. BNO Outdoors. Um, After BNO Outdoors, I would say Carter Eats. Carter Eats. She has a really great channel and she has children, and I like her channel. Not BMO, BNO, as in Nancy, BNO. Um, And Carter E. I like her channel because I heard her story. She's going through something similar like me, she struggled to be able to have children. And she had her children when she was 40 and 44. So her story is really interesting. I recommend you guys join her channel. She really is supportive and helpful towards your goals here. And I love David and Jody's channel. Jody is a fellow. Yeah, yeah, Lala. She had a kid at 40. Um, Jody, they were really helpful. They're very supportive. And Jody is a fellow Jamaican. Big up once again. And check out David and Jody's channel. Um, Another person who helped me to grow my channel would be China Empire, Chyna Empire. Um, she's very supportive, very helpful in helping you to grow your channel. Another person is Mickey XOXO. Mickey XOXO. She has awesome live streams. She's very happy. Every time I go on Mickey XOXO's channel, I always have a smile on my face because she just has that energy to make you feel happy. You know, that playful side that I like about her channel. Also want to give a shout out to Val and Coco. Every time Val and Coco has her live stream, she has a song where she says, "Get it, get it, get it, get it." And I find myself saying that when I'm on other people's live stream, getting it. So you guys check out Val and Coco. Another person is Cali Girl. I knew that she used to be like Cali Girl ASMR, but now she's changed it to Cali Girl. She has a very sweet personality. She has two sweet kids. She's married. I love her channel. She's a very sweet, nice lady. Another person that I always get support from is author Sheila D. Author Sheila D. She's a writer. She lives here in Florida, like me. You guys check out author Sheila D. Also, Lashika Brown. She almost always comments on every single video I post. She's very encouraging. So you guys check out Lashika Brown. Another person who always watches my videos. I know he has something extra, but I'm sure if you look up, it's peanut butter something. He has like some other numbers after his name, peanut butter. These are good people to go join, guys. And also, um, Mr. Wise, he always has nice little sayings on his channel. Something very encouraging. I like Mr. Wise's channel, so you guys check out Mr. Wise. And the last person that I have on here is BNN Squad. You guys check out BNN Squad. They really helped me. I like they're really nice. And another person is Lion and the Goddess. Lion and the Goddess that has a great channel. I suggest you guys check out all of these people that I recommended because they're going to help you with your channel, help you with your channel growth. And if you guys want to be featured, oh, another person I forgot, Queen B. Queen B always comments on my videos, and I like that Queen B. And Lala Be So Random, she always comments on my videos. And yeah, if there's anybody that I missed, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I appreciate all you guys. Thanks for helping me to get to 700. I appreciate all your support. And I hope I continue to grow, but I only grow because of all of you. And all of you have helped me to grow. So let's keep helping each other to grow and to keep being positive. And I want to end this by encouraging anybody who's ever been in a toxic relationship, if you're in it, if you got out of it, whatever hope that you got out of it. I hope you realize how wonderful you are, how special you are, and how you deserve better. You deserve the best things in your life. You deserve to achieve your goals. So if you're not doing that right now, you can. So go out there and do it. And I hope I see you guys next week. This time I'm going to be talking about credit. What is credit? How it can benefit you. So I hope you guys will tune in next Saturday, and we're going to be talking about credit, your credit score, all of that. I'm going to be spilling all the tea on credit. So I hope I'll see you guys next week, Saturday, about the same time, about 2 o'clock. So I'll see you guys. Thanks for watching. Bye.